Good afternoon, everyone. It's Jen at Ink Paper Rubber here. I titled this live video so much because that is the truth. I had scheduled this video for 45 minutes because I knew I had a lot to show you to begin with, and then a box showed up that I didn't realize was going to show up today, and so I have even more stuff. I did manage to get it checked in, and we'll show that to you as well. So there is going to be a lot of stuff to share with you here today. You can see the table is completely full. I've just left one little area over there for Anna to work in. So it is going to be a lot to get through. To give everybody just a few more minutes to get on here as we kind of review how things work here. I am going to show you a bunch of new product that we got in, and you are welcome to shop from our video. If you see something that you like, you just need to comment with the name of the item that you would like and sold, and it will be yours. Add ship if you need us to ship it to you. We are happy to do that. Normally I wait until Sundays to send out the PayPal invoices for shipping because I plan to have another Facebook Live tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So that way, if there's things you want from both of them, we can combine them to save a little bit on shipping. So like I say, if you see something you want, you just need to comment the name and sold. And all we ask is that you either come by to pay for and pick up by the end of this weekend, or if you cannot make it in, then just give us a call. You can pay over the phone, and we are happy to hold on to it for you. Hey there, Donna. I see Ginger's on here as well. Just remember that if you comment on something that you want, if you get the item, I am not going to comment back or let you know that you got it. If you don't hear from me, if you comment sold on something, you can assume that you got it unless you hear from me. Because this is all new stuff, most items I have more than one of, so it's not first come first served on a lot of these. We have several of the items, but if for some reason I do sell out of something, I will comment back on the video and let you know that you did not get something. But if you did get it, you're not going to hear from me, and it's just up to you to, like I say, either come by the end of the weekend or give us a call. So let's go ahead and jump in because I said we have a lot to get through. Just want to mention really quickly that we do still have one of these kits here. This is $25 and makes these 2 cards. This one is a fun easel card, and this other one is a cute little interactive card. So we do have one of those kits left. It is $25. Something else that I have that's only going to be available through this weekend is this set here, which is the Halloween Tiny Text. This is one of Tim's new stamps, and we actually got this one by mistake. We had ordered this one earlier and gotten it, and it sold out, but I had actually ordered the original Tiny Text to fill some orders, and Stampers Anonymous had packaged these in the wrong packages, so I got sent the wrong one. So before I send these back, there will be available to you this weekend. This is, again, the Halloween Tiny Text. It's the new one, and this is, it looks like it's one large stamp, and you can certainly use it that way, but each one of these are actually an individual stamp, and they're so great. You have all these different sentiments on here. It is called Halloween, but I would say it's more spooky. I don't know if there's anything on here that actually mentions Halloween, so this is a great little set. So this is the Halloween Tiny Text, and I believe this one is $22, and that will be available through this weekend. Some other odds and ends that we got in. We got back in some more of this Sizzix cardstock. I tried to get gold in. Right now I only have the silver in. This is a pack of 50 sheets of paper. It is actually 8 by 11.5, so a little bit different size, but it's 50 sheets of paper, and it's $22, but actually if you break that down, it is a fantastic deal. There are 5 different paper types in here, and you get 10 sheets of each. They're all silver. You can see there's glitter. There is kind of this matte look. There is a brushed silver. There is a pearl. And finally, there is a mirror. So again, this actually works out to less than 50 cents a sheet, which is unbeatable for specialty cardstock like this. So we do have the silver cardstock pack for $22. Got in some new embellishments here. These are called doodads, and this is in Polar Wind. And you can see these are flat backed. A lot of these you're seeing the back of them, but you can see that there are these kind of little sparkly embellishments. So great for shaker cards, but because of the flat back, you can also glue them onto something. So that is the doodads, and that is $3.50 for that pack. We did get in one color of the VersaFine Clair ink. This is one of our favorite inks. It is a pigment ink, but it dries fairly quickly. It gives excellent coverage. And this is the Fallen Leaves color, which is a beautiful kind of grayish brown. Got in a new penny black die. This one is the Halloween Gate, and it is $13, and it is so cute. You can see it is a die that has this fun gate, but if you look in there, you can see that it actually has the words Happy Halloween on the two different lines, and there is a sample of that right there. So this is the Halloween Gate die, and that is $13. Got in this stamp set, clear stamp set from Studio Light. Again, they don't like to give names to it, so this is $4.92. This is just $10 for this set, and you get 3 stamps. You get the mountains, and here you get some outline trees with the deer, and here you get some solid trees, and also with deer down here. This one also has a fence in it. So you can layer these together to create scenes, add other stamps and dies with them. I think it would be great for watercoloring. This is NR $4.92 stamp set. It is $10. Next up is a stencil from My Favorite Things, and this one is the Rolling Clouds stencil. It is $7, and you can see that Rolling Clouds is a good name for this. All 4 sides of this are completely different, and I think that you can really create some amazing cloud backgrounds with this stencil. So that is the Rolling Cloud stencil, and it is $7. We have a new 6x6 paper pack from Authentique. This one is called Christmas Greetings, and it is $7.50. And you can see that this actually has little miniaturized versions of their cut-aparts, and you will notice that a lot of these are pets. There we have some dogs and cats. Here we have some other things with Santa. Here we just have some vintage Christmas. So each one of these is a little miniature version of a cut-apart, and of course the back side of it has a pattern paper on it. There are, I covered it up. Usually I think there's like 24 sheets in here, and you get a couple of each one. So here you can see the Christmas Greetings paper pad. Next up, we have some new products from Dina Wakley Media. The first one is called Just Words. This is some of her collage paper. This is $6, and you can see some of her kind of scribbly writing here. And here is all the different collage papers that you get in this pack. So you get 2 of each of 10 different designs in this pack. So a really good value. That is $6. And also one of her new stencils. And this one is called Done is Better. And if you've taken any classes with Dina, you know that that is definitely one of her sayings. Done is better than perfect. And she has some other great sentiments on here. So this is the Done is Better stencil, and that is $6. One last miscellaneous item. You may remember a few weeks ago we had some of the Craft Consortium paper in their metal textures, and we had it in the 6x6 paper pad. This one is the new 12x12 metal textures paper pad. It is $12. You get a total of 30 double-sided sheets in here, and you can see all the different metal textures that are included in here. And again, these are all double-sided. So this is just the Craft Consortium 12x12 Metal Textures paper pad, and it is $15. All right, now we are going to move on to Tailored Expressions. They had their new big holiday release this week, and we have a lot of their new products in. So the first thing that we have are some new drip drops. These are the gold drip drops, and again, these are round on the top but flat on the back so that you can glue them down. One thing I like about their drip drops is they come in a multitude of sizes all in the same package. So this is the gold drip drops, and that is $8.50 for this bottle. And they also came out with the drip drops in silver. And so there are the silver drip drops, and those are also $8.50. And of course, these are companions to their original iridescent drip drops, and then their clear ones. So now we have gold and silver, perfect for the holiday season, as so many of these products are. The first couple things I'm going to show you came out in, I think, their September birthday release, but we got some back in, and they go with some new products that came out. This first one is a stamp set. It is their birthday on repeat stamp set, and you can see that it is just the word birthday on here 8 different times. You've got some that are all uppercase and some that are lowercase. You see those squares over there? That is because this is all a single stamp, but it is designed to work with their on repeat die, which is $15. And this die perfectly matches up with the stamp. You can see it's got the alignment marks there that you can align up with what you have stamped. You'll notice on one side the two are close together and they're far apart, so you even know which side goes which. And you will notice that half of them have the flag banners at both ends, and the other half are just straight down. So this lets you stamp and cut out multiple birthday sentiments all at once. It's kind of like a miniaturized version of their simple strips with a little bit different concept. And of course, you can combine that birthday with their Happy on the Block stamp. This is the stamp here, and this is a set that also comes with the shadow die. So this is the Happy on the Block stamp and die for $18. And you can see here that we have the die that will cut this out. Yeah. So I mentioned that they have some new stuff available and on repeat. And the first one that we have is the Holidays on repeat. This is a stamp set. It works perfectly with the on repeat die, and you can see it just stamps the word holidays multiple times for you. So you can stamp and cut one time and have multiple sentiments. And of course, that would work perfectly with the Happy on the Block to say Happy Holidays. And then there is also a new Christmas on repeat stamp that is just the word Christmas. And there is a new on the block stamp and die set with the word Merry. So you can see there is the stamp, and then there is the shadow die to cut that out. And I will show you some samples with all this so you can see how it looks. So that's the Merry on the block stamp and die set for $18. Next up is a fun new layering stencil. This one is called Beautiful Baubles, and it is $21, and you get a total of 3 stencils in here. And this I know will be a little bit tough to see until I show you the samples, but you can see here that we have 3 different layering stencils, and that one you can kind of see what those ornaments are going to look like. And there is another layer, and there is the final layer. So this is a set of 3 stencils, Beautiful Baubles, for $21. And there is a companion stamp set, although I think this also makes a really great standalone stamp set. This is the Beautiful Baubles add-on stamp set. It is $15. It is a clear set, and you can see that there are a multitude of great sentiments. They have kind of a real retro vibe to them. You also have the ornament hanger, so you can use that to hang your ornaments that you create with your stencils. And then we have some of the various stars. So that is the Beautiful Baubles add-on stamp set for $15. Those of you that are Simple Strips aficionados will be very happy to know that they have come out with a new Simple Strips stack, and this one is in their Cherry Pop ink. It is $2.50, and you get 20 sheets of cardstock that is cut perfectly to size to work with all of the large Simple Strips background stamps. So you don't have to worry about cutting your paper. You can just know that you have it all ready to go. So this is the Cherry Pop Simple Strips stack of paper, and that is $2.50. This next one is a clear set. It's kind of like a little mini clear set. It is called Winter Wishes. It is $8, and you can see it just has a number of different sentiments on here, holiday and also winter. Holly jolly, baby, it's cold outside, warm winter wishes. We also get 3 different snowflake stacks on here. And this can be used on lots of things, but they have a new die that is called their Sentiment Strip Duo die. It is $10, and you get 2 dies, and all of the sentiments from the Winter Wishes stamp set will fit on here, and I am sure that you probably have lots and lots of other sentiments that will fit on there as well. And one thing that I like, you can see that the ends of both of these are interesting. We have a pinked edge and a scalloped edge, and there's also a little pin dot detail at the end of each. So rather than just a plain strip of paper, it is something that is a little bit elevated. And as I mentioned, all of the Winter Wishes stamps will fit on here, as well as probably a lot of other stamps that you already have. So that is the Sentiment Strip Duo die for $10. Next up is another mini clear set that is called Pretty Packages. This is an $8 set. And this would be great to use on tags for your Christmas gifts, but I think also on your cards as well. Just for you, no peeking. Friends give friends gift cards, so if you're making a gift card holder, that would be a great sentiment. We have the to and from, as well as Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, and from your Secret Santa. And we also have little holly and snowflake stamps, so that is the Pretty Packages clear set for $8. Next up is a new mini slim stencil. This is designed to perfectly fit on their mini slim size cards, but obviously you don't have to restrict it to that. You can use it on any of your cards. And this is the Candy Cane Stripes stencil, and it is $7. And that's exactly what you get, are these fun diagonal thick and thin stripes that come out looking like a candy cane, especially if you do it in red. Next up, we have a couple of new clear sets that are companions for some previous sets. The first one, the companion set, is the Pennant's Parade Cling and Clear Stamp Set. That is $18. This has one large cling stamp that has all the different banners or pennants on it, and then you get some clear stamps that you can stamp all the different patterns inside of your pennants. So you can make this fun banner background. Now they have a new clear set that works with that, and this is the Christmas Pennant Parade, and you see that you get some new stamps that will fill in the pennants for you there with the polka dots and the stripes and the snowflake. Down here we've got plaid and a Christmas tree, but you also get some great sentiments on here as well. So this is the Christmas Pennant Parade stamp set for $8. The next one, I don't have the original die, but this is designed to go with the original Tag Team die, and this is the Christmas Tag Team Clear Set. And the reason it goes with that die is it has these solid stamps down here, or the pattern stamps that you can stamp on the end of your tag, but then it also has all of these great sentiments that you can either use on your tags, or you can just use them on your cards or other projects even without using them with the Tag Team die. And it also includes some of these really fun little holiday icons, the holly, some snowflakes, I think maybe that's a pair of skis, and the Christmas tree. So that is the Christmas Tag Team Clear Set, and it is $15. All right, we are maybe about halfway through, so we're going to keep plugging along. Next up is a new cling stamp set. This one is called the Light Shines, and it is $17. And this one is really fun because you can see you have this Christmas tree. I like kind of just the brush stroke effect look of it, but it comes with different pieces. So there you have the tree. You can use it by itself. You have a separate stamp for the stand if you want the Christmas tree to be on a stand. Here you have some lights or ornaments that you can stamp on your tree if you want. You also get a star for the top of the tree, and I especially love this little stamp with kind of the little stars. And then finally it has this sentiment the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. The Bible verse there. So again, those are all separate stamps, so you can mix and match and build your tree as you would like. That is the light shines, and it is $17. Next up, we have a stamp set that is a combo set with some stencils, and I will show you that in a minute. This one is called Seasonal Sprig, and you get this nice cling stamp set that has this beautiful berry sprig with it, and then also has a number of really beautiful sentiments on it. I really like the fonts on these a lot. And so you can certainly, this would be great if you like to color, whether it's watercolors or Copic markers. This is a great outline stamp to color in. But even if you are not that much into coloring, this comes with a set of 2 stencils. And what those stencils do is they overlay over that sprig so that you can come in, say, with your inks and your blending brushes and color those in through the stencil. You get one stencil that has the leaves, and a second stencil you can see back behind there that has the berries. So that is the Seasonal Sprig stamp and stencil set, and it is $34. Next up is a background stamp, and this one again was designed to work with their mini slim cards, but you can use it with lots of other things. This one is called Endless Evergreens. It is a single cling stamp, and it is $15, and it is just this pretty row of evergreen trees. And of course you could stamp those multiple times to have them receding back into the distance if you want, because it's solid. It's easy to stamp them right over the top of each other. And this is the Endless Evergreen background stamp for $15. All right, still got more tailored expressions, but we're getting there. Next up is another new layering stencil set. This one is called Let It Snow. It is $21. And again, this is a set of 3 different stencils. It is snowflakes. So you can see here how the 3 different stencils layer together. And this one here, the first 2 have snowflakes, and this just has the little snow that you can put in the background. And what's nice about having it be in separate stencils is you can use different colors. They have some really gorgeous samples on their website that I will share with you. So this is the Let It Snow layering stencil for $21. Next up, for all you dog lovers, I think this is a really cute stamp. Even if you're not particularly a dog lover, I think it's really cute. This one is Gus and Gertie. I'm guessing Gus is maybe the dog and Gertie is the little bird. And this is their Holiday Adventures stamp set. And this also comes with dies. It is $42 for the set. And you can see here we have Gus in his sweater, Gertie on the snowman. I love here Gus is decorating the Christmas tree. Here he's playing Santa with his Santa hat and his packages. And then, of course, some great sentiments. We believe in Santa Paws, special delivery, Merry Little Christmas, Twinkle Time, warm winter wishes. And as I mentioned, this comes with a set of dies to cut these all out with. So this is the Gus and Gertie Holiday Adventures stamp and die set for $42. Next up, all of you Big Grumpy fans will want to jump all over this one. This is their latest addition to the Big Grumpy line, and this is the Christmas Big Grumpy. This is designed to be a companion to their original Big Grumpies. I think the original one was a bear, and then they had a cat, both of them holding signs, and we have some snarky sentiments that you can stamp in those signs. He sees you when you're eating. 'Tis the season to be grumpy. And then we have some things that you can dress them up. You can turn them into reindeer. We've got the Santa hat, we've got packages, and the candy cane, and the mittens. And as I mentioned, this comes with a set of dies as well. So this is the Christmas Big Grumpy stamp and die set for $32. Next up is a stamp set. And it is a combination of a cling set and a clear set. It is the Christmas Fill in the Blank set. You can see down there, Fill in the Blanks Christmas. And you can see the large cling stamps are missing O's in all of them. Here we have ho, 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 missing an O, snow, jolly, Noel, and joy. And these are designed to work with some of the sets that I'm going to show you here in a minute. But anything that you had that kind of resembled an O, you could plug in there if you wanted a wreath or an ornament or anything like that. And I think when I show you samples, it'll make a little more sense. So that is the fill in the blank Christmas cling and clear set for $23. One of the things that you can use to fill in for the O is from this new set, which is called Frosty. And this is a background stamp along with 2 stencils. And you can see the background stamp is all of these snowmen. And it also comes with a clear set. You can see here that it has a snowman body. You also get all the stamps so that you can fill in the bands on the snowman hat. There's a stamp that you can stamp in the inside of the carrot. The outline is already there, and there's a stamp for stamping in his cheeks. So basically everything that you see that's colored on here, there is a stamp that lets you do that. And then in addition to the cling and the clear stamps, you also get dies, one for Frosty's head and one for his body. So you can use this just as a large background stamp, but if you want, you can actually cut out some of these snowman heads, and they fit perfectly as the O in any of these fill in the blank sentiments here. So lots and lots of possibilities with this set. And this next one is a stencil, and I have it standalone, although it is designed to work with Frosty background. This is the Frosty Stencil, and you can see that this is just some snowflakes and some little snow dots, but you'll notice that there are some openings in there where there are no holes, and that's because it is designed to fill in the blanks of the Frosty background stamp. So it lines up perfectly with that. But I've also seen it used just as a fun snowy background by itself, which is why I left it unbundled. So that is the Frosty Stencil, which is $7. And we are actually coming to the last of our tailored expressions. This one is similar to Frosty, but this is Saint Nick. It is a cling and clear stamp set along with a die. And it is $24 for that set. You can see that the background is all of these Santa faces. And in your clear set, you get all the stamps to stamp in his hat. You also get a stamp for his nose to stamp in his beard, and the fur on his hat are actually all separate clear stamps as well. And then this set also includes a die so that you can cut out Santa's head. And once again, those will fit perfectly in the fill in the blank. So you can have a ho 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 and have Santa in there for the one of the O's. So that is the Saint Nick set. It is a cling background stamp, a clear stamp, and a stencil for $24. All right, next we are going to move on to Picket Fence. Not quite as much new stuff in here, but some really exciting products. First of all, we got back in the Leaf Mandala clear stamp. This one is $12. It is a single clear stamp with all of these leaves. And you may recall that we used that in one of our make and takes here a couple of weeks ago. So that is the Leaf Mandala stamp, and it is $12. The rest of these are all new. This is another clear background stamp. This is one of their, I think they call it endless background or pattern repeat, because it's actually designed, if you want it larger than the stamp is, you can line it up and repeat the pattern. It is designed as a repeating pattern, and this one is called Sweater Pattern Maker. It is $12, and you can see that it has the look of a Nordic sweater, and this one, when it is stamped up, is really, really amazing. So I will show you some samples of that. That's the Sweater Pattern Maker for $12. We have a new Christmas sentiment set. This one is the Fancy Christmas Sentiment Set. It is $15, and you get these pretty scripty Christmas sentiments: Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings, Feliz Navidad, the reason for the season, a Happy New Year, and a piece on earth. So that is the Fancy Christmas Sentiment set, and it is $15. This next one is one of Picket Fence's entries into the Slimline craze, and I think this is a really unique take on this. They call this their Slimline die cutting system, and this die set is $30, but when you see everything that you get, I think this is a really, really great value. So you get 2 dies that just cut out your simple rectangles for the background. You can see here on the right we have a larger one, and here on the left we have a slightly smaller one so that you can do some layering. And then you get these additional dies. They're not attached, so they're separate. You can use these in all kinds of ways, and all these additional dies, while you can use them on your Slimline cards, you can actually also just use them on your regular cards. We have here the circle die that has the fence. We have one that is a circle die that does the stitching on the outside of the opening. And this one here is the circle with the grass. Then we get some square ones. This one is the square with the outside stitching. This one I believe is some trees in the square opening. And finally we have this one that does the birch trees. And here on the back you can see a sample of what they have done on this Slimline card. They have used that square die that has the birch trees and just cut it out 3 times to stack up their panel. As they mention on here, there are 256 different card fronts that you can create with these dies. So many possibilities. And again, I think it is a great value at just $30. This is the Slimline die cutting system. Picket Fence also has some new Slimline stencils that I think are really fabulous. This first one is called Dashes. It is $8, and you can see it is just this fun pattern of dashes that makes up this background here. So that is the Dashes Slimline stencil for $8. This next one I think is really fun. This is Radial. It is also $8, and this really fun radiating geometric pattern. So that is Radial. And last but not least, absolutely love this one. This one is the Leaf Slimline stencil for $8, and you can see it is this fabulous kind of skeleton leaf here. Quite large and really amazing. That is the Leaf Slimline stencil for $8. Last but not least, with Picket Fence, we got in some more paper glaze, and they have 3 new colors that we got in. We also have a few of their other colors. And if you're not familiar with paper glazes, they are designed to be used with stencils. This is a fun Picket Fence stencil that we have used here. We have done it on black cardstock. You can see that it has a real shimmer to it. The green is the paper glaze. And Liz, I'll just point out that leaf is not a die, it is a stencil. So if you don't want it, if it's not a stencil, you need to let me know that. So here you can see we've just applied it through a stencil. There's a couple things I like about it. One, I like how shimmery it is, and the other thing I like is look how flexible it is. A lot of these pastes are pretty stiff when they dry, and they have the possibility to crack, but this one does not. Here are some other things. You can see we've used that same stencil, but we've done it on some glitter paper. You can see that green glitter paper in the background. And here is one that we have done with a different stencil with purple on some purple glitter paper. But another fun thing that I like to use the paper glazes for, other than with stencils, is to create my own shimmery paper for embossing. I think regular cardstock embosses more crisply than some of the shimmer papers do. So what I like to do is just take a piece of plain cardstock. This happens to be black, but you can use white or another color as well. Using a dark color changes a little bit, gives some depth to the color. And here I just used a makeup sponge and I applied 2 coats of paper glaze to it, just 2 thin coats. I put 1 coat on, let it dry, it doesn't take very long, then put a second coat on, and once that's dry, I go ahead and emboss it. And you get this beautiful shimmery paper. You could also make this paper and die cut it if you wanted to. So let me show you These paper glazes are all $7 for a jar, and I'm going to start out with the 3 new colors. This first color is Jade Vine, and you can see here this beautiful color. You can tell even in the jar how shimmery it is, and it's kind of similar to this color here. It's a little bit different color, but it is a little bit different than that color. So this is the new color, Jade Vine. They also have a new color called Boysenberry Violet, and you can see this is this rich reddish purple, and it looks like it even has little hints of gold in it. So that is the Boysenberry Violet. Again, $7. And finally, the question I get asked all the time, do they have silver? Now there is a silver paper glaze. This one is the Artemisia Silver Paper Glaze. Beautiful, beautiful silver color. So those are the 3 new colors of paper glaze. I also got in a few of the older colors. I got in the Golden Rose paper glaze. I thought that would be perfect for the holidays. You can see this beautiful gold color. I also have the Leaf Green paper glaze, and that is the color that I used on this one right here. So it's a pretty nice true green, would be great for the holidays. I also have the Agapanthus Purple, which is the purple paper glaze, and this one is much more of a true purple as compared to that boysenberry color. We also have Snowdrop White paper glaze. This one can be used on its own, and it is shimmery, so this does not look like embossing paste. It has a nice sheen to it. Keep in mind, you can also mix other pigments in with this, so you can mix another one of your paper glazes in to change the color slightly. Maybe take a darker color and mix just a little bit in to make a lighter version of it. You can also put other pigments in here. I know I saw Hope on here. She added some of her powdered color bursts to her white to make her own colors. And finally, the last color that we got back in is the Brown Dahlia. This is perfect for fall. Brown doesn't sound very exciting, but this is an absolute gorgeous color. It has all that sheen and is so rich looking. So that is the Brown Dahlia paper glaze. All right. On to our very last, and I am so excited about some of these new products. This is a shipment from Impression Obsession. We did get a few things back in stock. I will start off with those, and then I will show you what I am so excited about. So a couple of dies. We got this one in. We've had it before, but sold out every time. This is the Cute Truck die for $9.50, and I just like it because it's kind of a cartoony looking truck, just really, really different. So that is the Cute Truck die, and that is $9.50. You can see he's pretty small there. We also got back in the Papa Moose stamp. This one is $7.50, this cute little moose in his sweater. And to go along with that, we also got Junior Moose in. He is also $7.50. Not only does he have a sweater on, but he has a stocking cap. You can see that Junior Moose is a little bit smaller than Papa Moose. And I love the fact that they're facing different ways so that you can use them together on a card as well as singly. Another stamp that we got back in, love this sentiment. This one is called Other Colors. It is $7. When everything feels gray, I'll do my best to help you find the other colors. Just love that sentiment. That one is the Other Colors stamp for $7. Also got back in, this stamp has been very popular, the Magic Christmas stamp for $7.50. And you can see this sentiment, the magic of Christmas never ends. Its greatest gifts are our family and friends. And this is quite a large stamp. You can use it on the outside. It would also be a great sentiment for the inside of your holiday cards. Magic Christmas for $7.50. The last of our repeats that we got in here is this one called Mountain View. It is $12, and this is a very cool stamp. It is one of those that is made up of lots and lots of little tiny dots. You can see how that looks very different than a lot of the stamps. And what's cool about it is the dots are spaced differently in different sections of the stamp. And so you can use a single color of ink to stamp this with, and you will get that wonderful variation in color. So that is the Mountain View stamp, and it is $12. Have a cute new die and stamp that you don't have to use together, but I think would be really great together. The first one is the chicken die. It is $15, and you can see you get the large chicken here, and then you get the little baby chick, multiple pieces on each, as you can see there. And how cute would it be to have a card with this stamp, Merry Cluckin' Christmas? Use that with the chicken die, and that is $6 for the Merry Cluckin' Christmas stamp. All right, so now on to the things that I am so excited about. We saw with Picket Fence, we saw some of their new Slimline products, and these are stamps from Impression Obsession. They are all cling stamps. They are all slimline size, so they are designed to be used on the large slimline cards. But these are all kind of what I would consider to be mostly scene builders. And the great thing is that while they're perfect for your slimline cards, you can also use just parts of them on your other cards. So I am just totally in love with these stamps. So let's get started. These, I believe, are all $15 for these stamps. The first one we have is the Bear Tree Line Duo. And you can see that this comes with two different stamps. And you get the ground shadow, and then you get the tree line. So obviously, these are large. These are going to be probably best used in your stamp platform, your Misty or your Tim Holtz platform or what have you. But they are sized so that they will fit a slimline card. But if you want to use them on a smaller card or project, you can just use a portion of this stamp on there. That's one of the things I love about these stamps. So that is the Bear Tree Line Duo stamp set for $15. Next up is the Cloudy Sky, and this is just a single stamp. It is $15, and that's exactly what it is, this beautiful cloudy sky. So on this one, you can see, again, this is a little bit like that dot one there. It doesn't have a lot of raised areas, but if you stamp this, say, in a blue ink, you're going to have this beautiful cloudy sky background. You can see some of the areas of those clouds have a little bit of blue in them, so to give them some shading. I think that is a gorgeous stamp. That is the Cloudy Sky cling stamp for $15. The next one is the Snowy Night stamp for $15, and this one is basically just this snowy sky. It is a reverse stamp, so whatever color you stamp, if you stamp it in a dark blue or black, you'll get it, and then the white dots will be your paper showing through. And it is cut this way at the bottom, so it looks like a snowy hillside there at the bottom. So this is the Snowy Night stamp, and it is $15. Again, remember, this is designed for a slimline, but if you have a smaller card, you just get to use a portion of it. This next one is really fun. This one is called Town, and it is $15 for two stamps. And it is just all these rows of houses and buildings. You can see that one of them is a solid stamp, that top one, so more of a silhouette, and the bottom is more of an outline stamp there. They are not the same, so that they do not line up with each other, but really great to create a fun town scene. So that is the Town set for $15. Next up are some really great scene builders to be used in conjunction with the other stamps or by themselves. This first one is Mountain Layers, and these are all just solid silhouette stamps, and you can see there are 3 of them that create the various mountain layers. And down here at the bottom, you can see a sample of what that might look like when it is stamped up. A total of 3 solid silhouette stamps. That one is Mountain Layers for $15. Next, we have the Tree-Lined Hillside for $15, and this is a set of 2 stamps. Again, it's a solid silhouette stamp. We can see we have the hillsides and we have various trees on there. This bottom is pine trees, and the top looks more like deciduous trees. up here, and you can layer these together by themselves, layer them with the mountains if you want to. This is the Tree Lined Hillside Duo for $15. We also have the Tree Line Layers stamp for $15. Not yet, I'm getting there. Okay, yeah, I did not get the Santa Claus stamp. I'd have to order that. I haven't gotten to the moon. It's next. So I have you so noted, Cindy. So this one is the Tree Line Layers, and I love this one. You can see we have here, these are not all quite as long. You can see that one is a little bit shorter with the hillside with the trees. Here we have one coming from the other direction with the trees, and then here we have one going straight across with the trees that is the full size. So that is the Tree Line Layers. Don't confuse that. The previous one was the Tree Lined Hillside, and this one is just the Tree Line Layers. And now the one that Cindy was talking about is the Night Sky with Moon. And this is just a starry night sky, similar to the snow sky, but with smaller dots. And then it has this amazing moon in it. So that is the Night Sky with Moon, and it is $15. I'm trying to look. Okay, I know which ones you want. All right, one last one. This is also a Slimline, but it is a holiday sentiment set. It has a great scripty font. You can see we have Season's Greetings, Warm Winter Wishes, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, and Peace on Earth. These are all long, so they're for Slimline cards. But I did measure, and I think most of these, just the sentiment portion of it would fit on an A2 card if you had it in landscape mode. Just the sentiment parts of the longest ones are about 5.5 inches long. So even these can be used on your regular size cards as well. All right, that is it, but I definitely want to show you some samples because there are lots and lots of really amazing samples with these. So maybe if there was something you were on the fence about, this will tilt you one way or the other if I show you these here. And so we will go through them and I will try and point out what they are using. So we're going to start off with Picket Fence, and this first one uses their new leaf stencil, and I'm pretty sure that this also is using the new Jade Vine and Boysenberry Violet paper glazes to create that pretty card. With a stencil, not sure which one that is, but this one uses the Boysenberry Violet and the silver paper glazes. Next up is the Sweater Pattern Maker stamp. Look how amazing, amazing, amazing that one is when it is stamped up. And I think that one is, because I think that the sweater pattern, you can see the white part is the part that doesn't stamp. So here the gray is the ink that they used. I love this one on the craft. So that is the Sweater Pattern Maker stamp. Here is a really pretty sample with just that fancy sentiment stamp with the Peace on Earth, that simple card. Here is a sample of that Slimline die system. You can see where they used the circles on a Slimline card. There is the Ashes stencil. They've used that, it looks like, with maybe some of the new Jade Vine and some of the Golden Rose paper glaze. And in this case, they've just used it on a standard A2 size card, which you can totally do. Here is another beautiful example of the Slimline leaf stencil. And finally, there is that Slimline radial stencil. All right, go to a new window because we have some tailored expressions, if you can remember back to it. So this is the Beautiful Baubles stencil. So you can see what you get when you layer those stencils up. It has just that really fun retro feel, but it lets you, because you have multiple stencils, it lets you do all of the different colors, and I believe that the sentiment on there is from that Beautiful Baubles add-on. Next up, we have a sample with the Big Grumpy. There you can see that Christmas Big Grumpy set has been used with the original Big Grumpy stamp with the bear. Turned him into a grumpy old reindeer. Here is the Endless Evergreens. You can see how pretty those are layered up. Here is a cute sample with that Christmas fill in the blank. There they've used the Jolly and they've used the Saint Nick from the Saint Nick to create the O in Jolly. Here is a really great example of the Frosty, how many things you can do with it. So you can see here that we have two cards where they have just used the background stamp. They've also used that Frosty Stencil to fill in there in between Frosty, but they've also used the coordinating dies because you have his body. You can actually stamp a body and cut out his body and the head. You can use just the heads and make some cute little tags. Of course, the heads work great with the fill in the blank Christmas stamp, so lots and lots of things to do with Frosty. Here is Gus and Gertie on this sweet little holiday card. And the background on there is the, I think it's called Let It Snow, the layering stencil. So you can see how pretty that is there. With the different stencils, you can get different intensities of color. Here is a completely different example with that Let It Snow layering stencil. I love how they've used the red and the green, and then the third stencil with the white. And I did want to show you another really pretty one here. Something that you can do is, it looks like maybe that has been foiled there, so maybe with some embossing paste, but they only did it on one of the layers. You could also use some of your paper glazes through there. So by having the different layering stencils, it really gives you lots and lots of possibilities for how you create your background. Here is the Mini Slim Candy Cane Stencil. You can see it does create this just really fun candy cane stripe background. Here is the candy cane stripe background, and that is the Mary on the Block stamp on there, used along with the coordinating die. And it looks like they've also used the On Repeat Christmas stamp up there at the top. Here is a sample with the On Repeat Holidays stamp set, and that uses that Happy on the Block stamp and die to create the large happy in the background. This is the Pennant Parade. You can see that's being used with the new Pennant Parade clear add-on stamp set. There is the seasonal Sprig, the stamp and the stencil used to color in this absolutely beautiful card, and the pretty sentiment on there. Here is another cute use of that St. Nick's, used with the beautiful bobble stamps or stencils, and then St. Nick in there in the one ornament. Here you can see the Tag Team Christmas, how fun that is to make all of these little holiday tags. Here is the Light Shines, the stamp that lets you create your own Christmas tree. There they've added the Christmas ornaments and the stand and the star on the top. I think that one is called Shine Bright. Yeah, or the Light Shines is the name of that one. And finally, this is the Winter Wishes, the little clear stamp set, and used with the little sentiment strip duo die that cuts out those cute little sentiment strips. All right, we are getting there. I think we're going to make it in under an hour. Hooray. The last thing I want to show you is Impression Obsession. Here is a really cute Christmas card using that chicken stencil or chicken die, as well as the Merry Cluckin' Christmas stamp. Here we have the snowy background Slimline stamp along with the Bear Trees, one of the stamps from the Bear Trees duo. Here you can see, I love this one. I love the colors. I love the layering. We have a lot of things on here. We have the Slimline Sentiment set. We have the town. We have one of the tree. I think that's the one that comes with the tree line layers. And then we have the mountain layers in the background. So using all those together, I think that is a stunning card. Here you can see we have that cloudy sky background, as well as, let me make sure I know, I think that's the tree line hillsides stamp set there. There you can see we have, all right, let me go back and make sure I tell you the right ones. So that is, well, this one here is the tree-lined hillside. So the other one was the tree-line layers stamp, but this is the tree-lined hillsides, the two of those together, and you can see the sentiment again. Here you can see we saw that one with the cloudy skies and the tree-line layers. And last but not least, I love this one with the tree-line layers and the mountains in the background. So Liz, you're going to have to tell me more, because I don't know exactly which one of those you were commenting on, so you're probably going to have to go back and figure it out. Tell me if you see the one that we're talking about here. I just am not sure which one you were talking about. We have so many of these in here that you probably need to maybe go back and rewatch. Again, most of these I do have multiples of, so that is a good thing. There's not just one of them. So definitely I encourage you to go back and rewatch. I will be going through the all of the comments. I just want to remind you, if you commented that you want something and you don't hear back from me, you need to assume that you got it. I will only comment back if you did not get something, if I run out. Okay, the one with the houses. So this one right here is the one that you want all the stuff on. So I will make a note of that. Liz houses card. I think that uses 4 different ones, including the sentiment one. So I will make a note of that. Just want to remind you that you need to either come by to pay and pick up by the end of this weekend, or else you need to call me and pay online with a credit card. If I don't have payment by the end of the weekend, I will release these out to other people. So be sure that you don't miss out if there's something you wanted. If you're not sure, just give me a call and I can let you know what we got. Don't call me as soon as the video's over. It will take me a little bit longer than that, but you can give me a call later today or tomorrow to double check on all the items that you got. All right, that is going to do it for today. We're almost at an hour. I think it's time to stop. I will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock, probably with some sort of clearance sale. I will try and post an event on Facebook so that it will remind you. But otherwise, that is going to do it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.